Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working with GalacticCraft. We made the electric compressor and the circuit fabricator. I have been working on getting some stuff together. Dark steel and compressed aluminum, just, simple things. And just trying to get some stuff so that we can start working towards getting, a lot of stuff done. So today we are going to be continuing on working with new Craft, trying to get as much, pretty much as much as we can done so that we can go into the space relatively soon. So between episodes, I went ahead and I started building with the Elven Quartz, which we have from our Elven Portal, and I obviously need to kind of finish that up, but before I can really do much, I need to kind of break some of this stuff. So that's what we're going to do, and yeah, start destroying our old base. Now, unfortunately, there is this bedrock here, and we're not going to be able to get rid of that, but is that going to... It is barely going to be in play for our platforms. Let me see, where is this one? So my head is at it. So yeah, it's going to be one block above. It's going to be sitting on the ground. So there's not much we can do about that. But what we're going to have is we're going to have GalacticCraft on the top of here. And then we're going to have all these portals underneath. But I'm not quite ready to move the portals. So what I want to do... first of all, let's turn our magnet on, and we're just going to kind of get rid of an area like this, and do that. So can I? Nope. They have to be touching. Alright, so there goes most of our old base. Now, for the time being, what we're going to do is we're going to just put some cobblestone here. Just in case we die and something bad happens. And we're gonna just make a little bit of a staircase. I do want to make sure that it's well lit. I don't want anything spawning. But just a little bit of a staircase until I can get this area built out. I'm gonna try to build the entirety of it before we kind of set things up for essentially the going to space. So let's just try to delete all of this stuff without causing any problems. Now, by making this little gap, we should be able to just vein mine this without any issues. Awesome. So let's take care of this little section, and then the fence, and then this. Cool. So we still have stuff over here. What I'll probably end up doing is grabbing a bunch of soul vials and getting some of these cows and all these guys. Don't really care about this thing anymore. Could probably go ahead and... this might be a bad idea, but... There we go. All gone. And... nothing but... okay. So no problems with all that. There is a little bit of darkness right here. Alrighty then. So, with that taken care of, I lost all that stuff. Oh well. It's just cobblestone. Who cares? So, what we're going to do is just put all this stuff away. And that'll take some time. But, today's episode, we are going to focus on, well... GalacticCraft. We're going to continue making, going through these quests, trying to get to the Tier 1 rocket, which is going to be a little bit of a pain to make, because it requires a lot of bronze, aluminum, and steel. So, do I have much steel? I know I had some cooking up, but I don't know. It's this one. Yeah, not very much. So, I kind of let that go, do its thing. Let's see, what else have I been doing between episodes? There was see, more chests being filled up with cobblestone, probably. I don't know if... So I have a whole bunch of compressed cobblestone. All of these chests are kind of full of junk. Can I want to see. Because I do believe I have a chest for cobblestone back here. Nope, that does not go in. So, this stuff is probably going into one of these chests. And that's okay. I might fix that later. Yeah, it's going in there. So let's just do this. It'll be quicker. And let's get rid of the rest of the stuff in our inventory. But as you can see, I've been moving stuff over and just kind of planning where things are going to be. I do want some cobblestone though. So let's grab some. And so, like, I have chests over here that's like, this is all the smeltery stuff, this is all the ores. I have 3 chests over here that's like, this is all the agricraft, this is all magical crops, and this is all the Botania stuff. Eventually we'll have a basement under here that is going to be a lot of things like the dirt farm and any automation that I want. That's just kind of basic whatever stuff. But anyways, enough talking. Let's get into these quests. So first thing we're going to want is a refinery. Refinery is a machine block that uses electrical power to process crude oil into fuel. So we're going to have to get fuel and oil. There's a couple of ways to do that. One of those is the aether. That's another way we could actually make plastic. So we are going to need a refinery. And then the other quest is an oxygen detector. Now that's not something we really need, but I believe that's going to lead us to some other things. So we need, I believe this is the refinery. Yes. So this requires a machine housing, which is pretty easy. Do we have any by chance? No. So we are going to need to make a machine housing, which we have everything to make. That's actually really nice. And then we're going to need compressed steel and diamond wafers. So diamond and redstone lamps. So how much glowstone do we actually have? Enough. And then redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to need some diamonds. That is easy enough. And I think... What else was it? Just redstone in the middle? What do we have in here? We have redstone in the middle. So, redstone lamps, diamonds. I didn't grab all of the diamonds I need. I need one more. And we'll let this start cooking. So this will make the diamond wafers. And then the oxygen detector is actually pretty easy. But we are going to need some compressed steel. And compressed tin. So let's get the steel first. Is this done? We have 48. So we need a little bit more coal. Let's get... whoops. I thought I was clicking here. I can't wait to get a platter logistics. That is going to be the nicest thing ever to have. Oh, cool. And it pulls. So we have some steel. We're going to want all of this to be turned into compressed. Let's get a little bit of iron, or rather tin. So that'll make stuff. Oh, that makes a lot of diamond wafers. Are these used for anything else? Okay, we are going to need them later for the chaos catalyst. So that's nice, and oh, they're used for a lot of good stuff actually. So that's good. I don't mind making extras if that's the case. So we need 4 of these. And then we just need some compressed steel. Now we are going to need a lot of compressed steel, so we might as well get a bunch of it. So once this is done, we'll get a full stack of compressed steel, or a stack's worth of stuff. It only makes 1 for every 2, so it'd be half a stack. And this will not be too much longer. And then we also need bronze. We're going to need a good bit of that. Now for the oxygen detector, we're also going to need these oxygen vents, which are pressure tubes. That is pretty easy. Redstone, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then basic circuits. So let's go ahead and start working on this. So, steel. We're going to definitely need more tin. But for now, that should be good. Do we have many pressure tubes? We have a few. I made some compressed iron. We're going to need that in a little bit. I didn't make anything else compressed. So, what else were we going to need? The basic wafers. We have titanium wafers. We do not have basic ones. So the basic ones are made diamond, redstone, and redstone torch. So let's grab some redstone. And we have some redstone torches. And let's grab a handful of diamonds. We'll make a good number of these if they're useful. So are they useful? Let's find out. Yes, they're going to be. So it doesn't really matter if we make extras of any of this stuff. We'll need it eventually. So that'll work. Here's the compressed steel. We can go ahead and make this guy, the refinery, and that should be a quest. And it is. Awesome. So something else we're going to need is some glowstone torches. We're going to need a stack of those. Now these are made just with glowstone rather than coal. I don't know how many it makes per like crafting recipe, so let's just get a handful, and that's way too many. Especially since glowstone's a little rare, but whatever. So those two things taken care of. These are required because since there is no oxygen in space, torches don't work. Torches are fire, so fire doesn't work in space. We need glowstone. Now, the details of what we're going to be getting into when we go up into space, we'll get into later. Not too much of concern right now, but there is a lot of stuff to kind of handle. So let's go ahead and put the refinery in here. We'll need to get oil at some point. Actually, don't we have oil? Question mark? I know these guys are doing their thing. Isn't this oil? Yeah. Alright, so we already have oil. We can start refining that into fuel. Something that's actually usable. So that's good to know. We'll worry about that in a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead and see what's next. So we need the fuel loader. And let's go ahead and make the oxygen detector. So there's the basic wafers. Wow, we're getting a lot of those. And let's take that out. We'll top that up. Take all the steel. And let's see, oxygen detector. We're going to need 2 of these. We can make 1. So we need more compressed iron. And I believe glass. But I could be wrong on that. So recipe, yes. Let's get like two sets of that. And then we should be able to make another oxygen vent. No, what are we missing? Compressed tin. We need more tin. Let's do half a stack. Alright, so the oxygen detector, what else are we going to need for it? Not really anything else. We're going to need a little bit of redstone, which I believe I have on me. And we'll be good. Okay, cool. So we can put the titanium wafers away. We're going to need 1 of these. We can put the rest of those away. And let's go ahead and get this kind of plotted out. And so what the oxygen detector does is it tells you if there's oxygen. It tells you if there's a breathable atmosphere. Why is this important? Well, part of what we can do is going into space, we can actually set up a space station. Why would you want this? Well, it's a nice little base to kind of make that is already in space. I don't know if it actually makes things easier or not, but it's cool. Does it matter if it's cool? So I think that's one of the quests, actually. Yeah, you make a satellite. So we already kind of have everything for it. You just have to take that stuff up when you go into space. And if you do that, then you get the option to make a satellite. We're probably not going to do that. There's not really a reason to do that, and so the oxygen detector isn't really useful for us. However, that unlocks a bunch of quests. So let's go ahead and start looking at the next set of stuff. So let's get rid of that. We don't need the glass right now, and we don't need the compressed iron. I want to go ahead and start getting the bronze hammered out. And so what do we have? We have oxygen storage module. I believe fuel loader was something else. And then O2 collection. So oxygen collector and compressor. Now these are actually incredibly important. Oxygen collector, oxygen compressor. Oh hey, I didn't realize there was better fuel loaders. So this stuff isn't too bad. Actually it is. We need a bunch of steel casings. So we'll probably skip out on the fuel loader for right now. I don't really feel like making this thing. This one isn't that bad. It's actually pretty easy. But I didn't realize the reactor glass was going to be quite as bad as it is. We're also going to need a little bit of compressed copper. So let's get, I don't know, half a stack of that ready. So what we need to do is we need to get the oxygen collector and the oxygen compressor. Now the reason we need those is because we need oxygen in space. We can't breathe in space, obviously. So we have to collect it and then use it. We'll put it in tanks with the compressor and everything will be good. So how bad are these to make? That is not bad except for this, which just requires some electrotine, and that is actually a little bit bad. I want to see something real quick. So, uses of this. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can we make 11 electrotine? Iron. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all 13. We're going to cook this up. We need 2 for a recipe. We'll go ahead and put that down right now. And we're going to take this 11 and we're going to go ahead and make the electrotine seeds. We haven't done that yet, right? I want to just make sure. So it is an Imperio. It is also a quest, by the way. So yeah, we haven't done it yet. So let's go ahead and do this. So electrotine, I need to turn my magnet off. And then we're going to need, let's see, electrotine seeds, 4 Imperio and Minicio seeds. So do we have all that? We certainly do. So let's go ahead and do this. The reason being is because it's going to be best in the long run to have this set up already. And we're just going to need a piece of living rock. I really need to make more living rock. And that'll be ready soon enough. So while we're waiting on that, how about the other thing? The oxygen collector. The recipe is not terrible. We've seen all this stuff before, so it's not terrible. We'll see just how bad it is, but there we go. Electrotine seeds. These are something we're going to want to get relatively soon. And honestly, making seeds is something we're going to want to do anyways. Let's go ahead and collect that quest. And this is more of a make you aware this is a thing. So this is going to be something we will work on relatively soon. And we got an epic reward back from that. That is actually really nice. So, other than making a bunch of the VCO, there's not really much else there that we need to worry about for now. Alright, back to this. The fuel loader is going to require a bunch of these reactor frames, which is a bunch of... We need 4 steel casings and atomic alloy. Atomic alloy isn't that bad, but we're going to need a bunch of capacitors. And the steel casings are a little bit annoying just because they're going to take some time. So I'm going to make those off camera, and we'll make that next time. But let's see, how bad is the oxygen storage module? I didn't see. Bunch of tanks. Alright, we're going to need a lot of tin canisters, so let's get a bunch of tin. Not tin, tin. And there's some compressed bronze. We're going to want compressed copper as well. And yeah, alright. So we're going to need, for these oxygen stuff, let's see. Don't need the advanced, don't need the ultimate. We just need a normal one. So this guy requires nothing really that I'm trying to make currently. So the collector requires 1 vent. And okay, so we just need 1 vent. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and make that. And I don't think we need the pressure. Actually, I think we do. So with that, we're gonna need 2 of these guys. So we're gonna need a little bit more electrotine. So let's go ahead and get some iron. We're gonna need 2 of these. I was like, wait, wait. Oh, they're in here. Let's pick those up. So we're gonna need 2 recipes of this. So we're going to need more tin. So let's go ahead and get that. Even if this, okay, it is done, which is nice. So this will make a good bit of tin. Tin is important just because of the oxygen stuff and the oxygen tanks. And a lot of this we're going to have to make these tanks. We're going to need to make more of these tanks. Now, I don't know that those make much else. There's something else that we're going to need, but we'll get to that later. Alright, so there's enough for the 2 canisters. Luckily, they stack, and we can make 2 of these. And those stack as well. So we need to make 1 of these guys. And then the oxygen collector is also going to require an oxygen fan, which needs a compressed iron gear. So we need 4 of this. Put the redstone. Actually, let's keep the redstone, but the redstone torches we can put back. So the collector requires this guy, which requires this. I don't have any actual iron on me. And we're also going to need, oh, what was the other thing? I saw it. A basic wafer. I was like, I saw something that I knew we need. I knew we already had it, but I knew we needed it. Alright, so there is the compressed gear. Let's see, there is the oxygen fan. And all we need for the collector is another tin casing, which we should have ready to make. So there we go. Let's go ahead and make this guy. And that should be a quest. So these guys are actually important. We'll get to those again. We'll get all this type of stuff set up in a bit, probably next episode. So that brings us to the O2 sealer, the oxygen sealer. That's not particularly useful again. This is great when you're setting up an airlock, specifically when you're trying to set up a base in space somewhere. I don't really plan on staying in space that long. There is a little secret trick to dealing with what we have to deal with. So basically we're going to space to beat dungeons to get upgrades to the stuff that we already have. We'll also need some ore, but all in all, it's not really that difficult. We just gotta go there. The secret is the dungeons are all in the same place. If you find one dungeon on one planet, there will be a dungeon at that coordinates on every single planet, because of how the coding works. So luckily that makes things easy. Hey, we got another epic reward bag. That's really nice. Alright, so we have the oxygen compressor and all that. Let's go ahead and get the storage module, because this guy wasn't too bad. We just need a bunch of tin and some red wool. Do we have any wool? We have 12. That is more than enough. Actually, I need one of those back. And we just need some red dye. And luckily, we have all of this Technicolor essence, which in fact will give us red dye. I just have to figure out how to do it. So red dye we can get from this guy. There we go. So that's really, really nice. The sole reason... Ooh. Whoops. I will fix that later. The sole reason I kind of made the dye seeds was to get red, green, and blue for the plastics over there. So let's go ahead and get this all converted. We need 3 of the things, so we need a lot of these canisters. That is enough for 2. In fact, yeah, that is enough for 2. Now these don't stack. We're also gonna need more steel. Do we have any steel? We have a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this hammered up. And then we're also gonna need more tin, also hammered. So eventually it might be wise of us to get a bunch of these machines, but for now they're a little expensive. So let's get rid of that. We'll get steel here in a second, but we need 15, so we need 11 more plates. Now, anything else, we're going to need more steel for that, but we're also going to want eventually to have more of these heavy oxygen tanks. We're going to want 2 more of them. We're also going to need some other things. We're going to need the oxygen mask, which is pretty easy. We're going to need oxygen here, which is also pretty easy. Just another one of these guys. And the heavy oxygen tanks. Plus we're going to want other things, but we'll get to that kind of stuff later. That's going to be when we're basically ready to go to space. So once this is done with this recipe, I'm going to take the tin back and we'll get the steel cooking up. And then this should be everything we need. So 3 of those gives us 1 more of these guys, and then for this we just need the steel. So we can get rid of all that, and we'll see what we need next. 1 more recipe, And I will probably spend some time getting a bunch of steel between episodes because we're going to need a lot of it. It also might be something we want to potentially... Is there a steel seed? Electrical steel. Yes, there is. Alright, so this is something we're probably also going to want. Because that's going to give us a steel essence, which will give us steel. We're going to want to set up our farm very soon. Are these guys 10-10-10? Not quite. They're actually getting there. So relatively soon we'll have that done. We'll move on to the next seeds and then continue going from there. So with that taken care of, we have just these two quests. The oxygen sealer is pretty straightforward. We're gonna need another machine block, but that's not a problem. I don't know that we're gonna need that, but might not be a bad thing to have. So let's get rid of the chance cube, and I'm gonna go ahead and put all the GalacticCraft stuff in there. And I want my clipboard back, please. And we're gonna open up these reward bags, and then I think because I really need to do some off-camera work so we can get the fuel loader and get this all set up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode off here. So let's open up all these reward bags. So we have 2 basics, dirt chest, and typesetting stuff. All right, 2 good, basic bin, and then the epics. There's 2 items I'm looking for. Hopefully we can get them. This was not one of them. Structure generator. So this thing allows us to place a large wizard tower ruins in the world. I don't really want to do that. So let's just get rid of all that. And what's our last one? Please have what I want. Nope. Falling belt. So this, I believe, cancels fall damage. Doesn't matter when we have our armor on. So with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode off here. So next episode we are going to continue working with the GalacticCraft quests, and I'm going to try to get this platform set up and potentially the one below it, and we'll kind of go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!